Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Um, One thing I want to note, I film these videos in advance, and sometimes I film multiple videos in one day. So, if you see me wearing the same thing, that's why. Um, but today's video is about what sports I have tried and what sports I want to try. So, we're gonna start off with the things that I've done. Okay, so the things that I've done. The main sport that I've always been known for was longboarding. In particular, I liked some flat freestyle dance like tricks, and I liked free riding, downhill sliding. I just loved the feeling of sliding across the pavement. I loved that, so that's what kind of drew me into it. The speed and everything was just kind of fun. The angle of this camera is bugging me. It's actually lower because of the wide angle. It actually captures in my head, so that it's tripping me out. But I'm gonna keep going anyway. So that was the main sport that I was known for. I've tried various different boards with that. Currently, my favorite is a loaded Tesseract. I really want to try a Apex 40 Diamond Drop V2. That just has everything that I've ever wanted in a board. Durability, length, concave. That is like the board that I want. I also have a Freeride 44 double drop. So that one's pretty sick. It's really long and heavy. I've had an Apex 37 Carbon. My first was an Apex 34. I don't expect you guys to know all these names. But anyway, longboarding, that was my main sport. I've tried skateboarding. I wasn't really any good. And that's why I went into longboarding, and then I fell in love with the sliding. So I did skateboarding for a little bit. When I was really little, we had this like Spider-Man snowboard, and we always tried to do stuff on that, and I was never any good. Okay at mountain biking, but I did not have a good bike. I bought this like eBay mountain bike because I just wanted to get into mountain biking so bad, but I couldn't fork out the thousands of dollars that it costs to get a good mountain bike, like a quality one. I couldn't do it, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna spend like $300. I'll get a mountain bike. It'll be fine. No, it broke. Um, it rusted through. Mainly, that was just bad care. We were moving around, and it had to be left at my dad's. So mainly, it was just due to bad care. But I remember I took it to the bike shop, and the guy was like, "Why'd you buy this thing?" Um, so I spent more money on it than it was really worth. It was really like the quality of a Walmart bike. It wasn't very good. Good for probably just riding, but it was not meant for the type of riding that I wanted to do. And I remember one time I tried surfing. My dad signed me up for a class while we were at the beach visiting my grandma. And tea is good. And there's a whole lot of people there. I'm really weird when it comes to learning sports. If I have some alone time to just sit there and practice at it, I get pretty good. Also, if I'm on camera, I know that sounds weird, like I can't do it in front of people, but I'm good at doing it on camera. I don't know. The camera gives me like this pressure, like I have to land it. Or like even if I mess up, all right, I'm gonna land it this time, and then I get it. If I'm off camera, like I just can't commit. I don't know why. I just can't do it. But if I am off camera and I'm by myself, I'm more likely to pick up on something than just embarrass myself in front of a bunch of people sometimes. Now, embarrassing myself is kind of part of the fun, like just laugh at yourself and I'm good. But when I was really little, I was super self-conscious, and I tried to pick up this sport, and I kept falling, and there was all these little kids and they were like getting it, and I was like, okay, I can't do this, I gotta go. So we left, and I didn't try it out anymore. um, I've ridden a BMX bike on a ramp. That you've actually seen that happen. Some kid wanted to ride my scooter, and he let me ride his bike while I was doing that. and I really don't know the ramps. It was kind of quirky. Don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm gonna give BMX a shot in the future. Not right now. Got a lot of other sports that I'm trying to get the hang of. All right, so that pretty much covers what I have tried. What I want to try. Some are sports that I have tried, but just more in depth. Typically, what you find with sports is you'll try to buy like a generic kind of off-brand like thing. Like for instance, if you want to get into skateboarding, don't buy your skateboard at Walmart. It's not going to be good. Sometimes that'll throw people off from even considering trying it because it's just not fun. Maybe the wheels won't roll. Maybe the trucks are plastic. Things like that. It's just not good quality. So those are some things that you'll pick up on when you try to learn different sports. And every sport has their own like things like reasons it's expensive. Sometimes you look at a new sport, for instance, with scootering. I was like, why would I spend $200 for a scooter? I don't get it. Like, you can go to the store and buy one for like $20. And that was like kind of my first response. But then I started looking into the quality and what you're getting and everything. And then I was like, okay, I'll try it out and I'll get it. But that being the case, I want to try mountain biking. A good one. I can't afford it right now. Can't justify spending that kind of money on a mountain bike. I want to try. I want to keep doing scootering until I get like pretty good at it. I want to try snowboarding. I want to do some more types of longboarding. I've done a lot of longboarding, but there's other styles and variants and things that I am aware of that I have not tried, and some things that have just become more popular that I wanna learn. Traditional skateboarding. I actually was impressed with myself when I picked up a traditional skateboard recently and tried to do some things on it. It was so much smaller than what I'm used to doing tricks on that it was so much easier to just like flick around when I was trying to do a trick. So because of that, I was like, okay, I gotta give it a shot now. So going back, trying a traditional skateboard and seeing if I can actually do good at it. I would love, absolutely love to do surfing again. Here's one of the big things with that. I am terrified of like deep, deep, deep water. Um, Not so much if like I was scuba diving because then I can see things. But if I'm above the water and I can't see underneath my feet, freaks me out. Like things that I don't know about freak me out. You'll know that about me. If I don't know what's going on, I'm not comfortable. I have to know everything. I had to have everything planned out. If I don't know something, I'm thrown off. Um, but I would love to just go back there as an adult and kind of reconquer something that I was too scared to do when I was a little kid or too nervous to do. And because of how I am now, where if I mess up, it's more funny. I think it'll be a lot easier. So I would love to just go re-tackle that and try out surfing and say I did it and maybe who knows get good at it. Okay, another one. Snowboarding. I really want to give snowboarding a shot. Again, this goes back to when I was a little kid. I had a little Walmart, or I think it was the Toys R Us. I think it was Toys R Us. Yeah. It was Toys R Us Spider-Man snowboard, and both myself and my sisters, we all rode this thing and we loved it. But I would love to try out like a real professional. I guess it doesn't have to be professional, but real quality like snowboard and give it a shot and try to learn some things. Probably before I do that, I would try to learn how to ride a freeboard. If you don't know what a freeboard is, it is kind of like a slow longboard, but it has those bindings on the top of the deck that you would see on a snowboard, but you can move your feet out of it a little bit easier. It's more like that rather than fully latching your feet in there. And it's got a really long truck, two really big wheels, kind of like on each end of the truck, kind of like a longboard wheel, but it has this little center wheel on both sides of the truck that allow it to spin like this, and kind of like you would see on a grocery cart, like in the front, just swivels like that, and that allows you to ride it a lot more like a snowboard, but on the pavement. So because snowboarding is something that yes, is really popular, but in my area, they don't usually get a whole lot of snow or like a long enough period of time to have snow to do that. It would be more like a traveling thing. I'd have to travel and get to there so that I can do it. Whereas freeboarding, I can just get the board, try it out on the pavement, pick it up, and learn the motion because you still control it very much like you do on a snowboard. I think that would be good, like stepping stone. Learn it on a freeboard, move up to the snowboard. Tech sliding. I have a tech slide board, and I just haven't gotten around to like learning it. Sometimes I jump too quickly in between things because I get excited and I just want to try out a different sport. I'm trying to like become proficient in something before I switch to another thing. So tech sliding is kind of like a cross between longboarding and skateboarding. The deck looks like a bigger skateboard, hard wheels, and you slide like you would on a longboard, just a lot quicker because of the harder wheels downhill. I would like to do way more downhill. We never had huge hills where I live, so I would like to get to a spot where I can just try out some serious longboard downhill. Scuba diving, martial arts, that is coming actually. BMX, I think I said that already. I would love to try some BMX. I would love to try it on a bunch of different areas like vert or street. Same thing with a lot of the sports. There's usually different styles of riding per sport that I want to try out and just know about. And when I do try those sports, I like to try them long enough to get an opinion or get preferences and styles and things. I think that is it. This list of things that I have going for me is like an ever expanding list of sports and hobbies that I want to try. But that's just a quick glimpse of where the channel is going, what kind of content I will be producing, and that's all. Alright, have a good day guys. See ya. Bye.